If you watched our last episode, you'll know that it's the peak of the raw here. Noah, Harry and their mate Minnie have headed in with their new gun to see if they can find themselves a big mountain stag. Last episode, they were able to identify a few good stags and eventually one that they really wanted to go after. If you haven't seen that episode yet, tap down below to go and watch that one first. Otherwise, come along for the ride and see how they get on in the second half of this adventure. Coming up for you on this episode, the boys continue on their adventure, climbing some big mountains, looking for some big angry stags. The boys search high and low, trying to find the right animal to shoot, and eventually their hard work pays off. They see plenty of good animals and decide to pull the trigger on a couple of nice ones. So come along for the ride and watch how they get on. Welcome to another Clarke Boys hunting adventure. Come along with us three brothers as we hunt all over New Zealand for all sorts of different animals. There's no shortage of awesome opportunities to get out and go hunting in New Zealand, so come along with us as we go chase another adventure.
It's first thing in the morning and just got up early and making some breakfast for the boys. Being pretty lazy, they're sleeping in, but not me. I'm putting in the hard yards, so take one for the team. And yeah, cooked a few backcountries up. This always goes down well on a cold morning. Wind's dropped off quite a lot now, so guessing it's going to be a nice day. Hopefully there's not any fog or anything, but we'll find out when it gets light in about half an hour probably. Sweet as, into it. Still doesn't get light till like 7.
No. And we're like, how far? Like 20 metres from glassing.
Good thing we're all dairy farmers though, used to the mornings. It's actually a sleep-in for us. Jared, he gets up at about 2:30 to milk his cows, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Absolute legend of a human being. Got 2 kids.
Oh, brother.
Got another one on the way, and just
A nagging wife at home.
nagging wife. I wasn't going to say that, but he said it, so.
Should like that part. Life's not. This is easy, yeah.
Yeah, comes over on hunting trip for a holiday. I don't know about that. It's pretty hard out, but
It's a holiday.
yeah.
Go home well rested.
Depends if we have a day break at the end or not. It's into his porridge.
There's a lot in there.
It's huge. I reckon we should do
It's gonna
2. We should do 2 between 3 of us if we do it in game. Just a bit much early in the morning, yeah. Right, just packed up again this morning. Seems like we're packing up every day. Seen a few stags. One of them we didn't see, but they've all stopped roaring now, so probably gonna head up along, hunt our way along the main ridge as we go, glassing, and hope the sun comes out, warms us up a bit. It's pretty cold, but we'll get on with it, start walking.
Sketchy. Don't tell him this is about it.
Yeah, it's like one.
It's sketchy, yeah.
Hopefully that was it. Might be one more.
Looks alright, hopefully.
Right, just made our way along a couple hours along the ridge and haven't had much action. Seen a few deer in the distance, but nothing worth mentioning really. So we're just making our way along. Had some lunch and I'm gonna drop down a little bit, do a few roars down here. If nothing comes out, we'll keep heading along the ridge and find a camp later this afternoon. It's nice to see the sun.
I think we're going to go up to the top of that hill. Hopefully it's not too windy tonight.
Check the weather out. And even maybe in here. Definitely a few anyway. They'll come out. They should see one, surely. We were just getting some water up there, and then we heard a roar just below us, so probably gonna drop down a little bit, do a few roars down here. And have some lunch. And meters over this rock here, so hopefully when we get to that rock he's still there.
The boys could hear the stag getting really worked up as it made its way up towards the top of the bush. They were hoping once they set up it would make its way out into the open, and they didn't have to wait long before it did.
Do you need the tripod to go up any higher? Are you good? Push the button again on it. Push the button again on it. It's in rain, don't need to push the button. Okay. Right behind the shoulder. Press the button. Don't worry, just put it right on the middle of it. Okay, ready? Yep.
Should we wait for him to turn a bit?
Yeah.
Roar at him now. Okay, give him one there. Good. Give him another one.
Just hit it a bit low, I think.
It's gonna fall over. Just put the dot on it, I reckon. Good time.
I think you're
nice.
hitting it a bit lower.
Yeah. And he's stag.
Like
A couple of shots, but got him in the end.
yeah. It's an old stag.
Man,
Man, that was cool.
It's
just like-
it was so dumb.
Yeah.
We were roaring at it and it didn't look at us once.
No, I was looking down.
Must have known. Probably another one here. It's pretty cool though. Eh?
I was gonna die. It was weird how it didn't just like run off, It just took them like.
Yeah. Didn't know what was happening. Alright, we'll go have a look. Could even camp here.
Yeah.
See how we go.
That was pretty worth coming over here for.
Yeah, it's like it's too good a spot for there not to be a good stag.
It looked like an old animal.
Yeah, it's definitely got some age. Right, it's going to drop down and retreat mini stag. It was pretty much only about 100 metres off where we were heading with the pack, so it's quite a handy one. So head down and have a look at him down there.
It's just here somewhere.
Right here, yeah. There it is.
Dark, eh? It's like alright looking one, eh? It's weird looking.
Small body.
Yeah, it does.
Teeny little body.
It's real old, I think.
Look how little it is. It's a piece of ours now.
It's real old. It's so old. It's quite nice.
It's like a
Big 10 or something.
nice mini.
It's
It's
11,
definitely
isn't it?
old.
1, 2,
Ancient.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Ripper.
7, 8, 9, 10,
Oh,
11.
it's probably better than my one. Similar length, but got that one extra point, eh? It's actually pretty similar to my one, eh?
Maybe.
What a ripper.
It's a nice
Shit,
one.
Caught him having a bath there.
Yeah.
Happy about that.
So stoked. It's so cool.
A good photo looking down the valley.
Oh, it's a nice one.
I'm happy,
it's a cool
so happy
head.
about that.
It's better than what I was
Look
expecting.
at its
yeah.
tops, they look awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. 4 tops on one side. I thought only. Oh, it has 3 on both.
Got
on
four
one.
on that side and 3 on that side. Right, just dragged his stag into a good spot for a photo. Bloody wrapped, eh, Minnie?
Stoked.
That's what we
So
came
happy.
for, Got some good action on
Close
him
up
too.
action. Yeah.
We have no idea he was here. We just thought, oh, this looks like a nice spot. So we dropped down from our packs about 100 metres and we're literally just about to set up to do a roar. And then he roared.
So
I don't know
close.
how he didn't hear us because we were being quite loud on the
He was
screen.
wallowing,
and
that's
stuff. He was
why.
in a wallow. We've seen his wallow just down there when we were coming down here. And we roared at him. He didn't even look our way once and we were only 100 metres away. He looked down the gully and just
Yeah,
went
must have
mental.
known where the roar was coming from, because maybe his freaking ears were all full of water or something.
Mm.
So dumb. And then he shot it and it didn't even like run off.
Shot it,
another one
and
into
then
it
he
and
shot it
dropped him.
again and dropped him.
Yeah, good, perfect little hunt, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was cool. After walking for a few
It's
hours
quite
from
good
now.
how it's 100 metres away from our packs.
Yeah,
Now I've got to carry it up the
massive
hill.
as hill. We were going to
Carry it
camp.
for the next 4 days. Now it's Niall's turn. Hey,
Stoked
Niall.
with that.
Take your first stag in the roar in the dockland.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a bad one.
No, I'm stoked. That was weird how it all panned out.
Was weird, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Normally,
0 to 100,
normally you
yeah.
like see it from a distance and you sneak in on it, but
Nah.
you're just into it.
It's cool how it didn't even see us, so we could like take a little bit of time to be like, oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
you
a
could tell it
shooter.
wasn't gonna run off. It's funny how he's over here and that stupid little one's over there.
Yeah, it got
Must
the
be some
hinds.
here too, though.
Those hinds won't be on heat yet, so he won't really care.
Have you seen that?
He
from
was
the-
heading straight back in the bush though. He just came up for a while.
Yeah.
Right. Just butchered up the stag and cut his head off. I'm going to head back up to the packs now and load up and continue on our way. So let's get on with it before the day gets on too long.
Hot work.
Yeah.
Heavy packs.
Rattle the dags, boys.
Right, got the packs all loaded up, heavy packs now, and I'm just walking back from the stag and found this antler on the ground. We're wondering if it was his. Quite short, but his is quite short too. It's real thick, and it's got this big forks. Must have been an old animal. I was thinking maybe it could have been him, but it could be another one also. Pretty cool. I'm not going to carry it though.
No, already enough
Couple
weight
of
there.
kilos there.
We've got to go up that
Leave it
hill.
for another day.
I know that hill is never
Long and
ending.
like-
Yeah, but we'll try camp up the top there, or drop down to a camp we've got down the other side.
Could camp here, but then that's hunting over.
Yeah, it'll be quite cool to go camp somewhere we can glass into the next valley.
We know the weather's going to be good tonight, so head up to the top. Got some water, so head into it.
Yep, let's go. This is gonna suck, but we'll just chip away.
There wasn't too much more excitement for the rest of this day. The boys just climbed up over a big hill to try and open up some new country for the following day. By the time the boys made it to where they wanted to camp for the night, there wasn't enough time for hunting, so they just set up their tent and packed it in for the night. The following day dawned absolutely perfect. They could hear a few stags roaring, but they also heard something else in the distance getting closer.
What's happened? They might do the same thing we do.
Yeah.
What happened, Harry? Oh, we're just getting ready to go for a walk this morning, and the helicopter turned up. It's really early. It's like 7 o'clock or something, maybe 7:30 now. And it just dropped. It just flew up to the top of the hill where we were planning on heading that way, and it must have dropped some gear off or something because it just quickly stopped.
Threw something out.
It must. We got the spotter
Maybe they're
out.
dropping their hunters,
Might be
and
dropping the
then-
hunters off, and then they're making their way out. I'd say,
like we've just done.
just like we're doing, but stick with the plan. So
We wouldn't
won't
have had
be,
time to
we won't
unload
be over-
people then.
Nah, no way.
Enough people in gear.
It was just chuck a bag of gear out the window.
Yeah. And they're
Oh,
gonna
it's-
land them over where we were just camped, I reckon.
Well, we met is, I reckon. That's their plan. Are we landing over
He
there?
looked like he was coming in just on the other side of this.
Oh, yeah.
Just staying on this side. Should go see what treats they've got in
Yeah.
the bag up there. Might have some lollies and chocolate up there.
Water would be good.
Beers and shit. Get into them.
Yeah.
We won't be doing that. Just joking.
Okay, let's carry on with our day anyway.
Yeah.
Bit of kind of frustrating, but it's part of it, isn't
At
it?
least we know. At least there's no people. We know.
Yeah.
There's no people.
It's still going
Yeah.
that way.
That's. I'm pretty sure that's what will be happening.
Yeah, and land them and they're gonna walk their way out. Damn, cool. Boys are just making their way up. Camp's just down there. We're gonna just have a little glass over this face here. See if there's any decent animals over there. Heading that way tonight. Gonna camp somewhere that way, so it'll be a beautiful day. Pretty cold, but it's gonna be nice, warm up soon, and Hopefully spot some deer out in the sun.
Just quickly stopped and looked down and seen a decent sized stag. Just made his way around the face, so we're dropping down to get a bit closer. He looked pretty decent, so we'll get a better look at him. Probably only like 150 metres from where we'd seen the stag, but he was on the move, so hoping when we get to this little ridge here we can look down and he's still out in the open, but if he's not, we'll try roar him back out. Didn't really get a good look at him, he looked pretty decent though. But I think it's been decided for us. Oh, we ended up getting a real good look at him. We snuck down and he moved right in front of us like we were hoping. It's a real nice one, but only an 8-pointer. And we've already got some nice animals, so Noel wants to take it, something real nice. Or if that was the last day, you'd probably shoot that, but we've also got this big valley we don't want to spook by shooting, so there's heaps of other ones roaring, so we'll keep looking and see if we can spot something bigger. That was so cool though.
They didn't end up spotting any of the other stags in the area, but spent a bit of time melting some snow up on the tops in the wind burner rather than dropping down off the tops to find water.
Yeah. Yeah. Feeling good?
Yeah, it's a nice day. Always dread the walk, but it's alright once you get into it.
Just camping in one spot one night and then moving.
Yeah, it's
quite-
good to get to a new area though.
Quite cool to camp where you hunt though.
Like we are.
Like we're just finding a good spot where we can glass for the evening and the morning. No stags down this morning.
Find another camp, another.
Seen a nice one, so looking for something a bit bigger now.
Wasn't up to your standards, was it?
It was a good old one.
Would have been a
so,
good one to shoot, yeah.
yeah. I'll shoot it later in the trip if we see one like that. But
You haven't got anything else, yeah.
let's keep going. Hopefully find another camp in a few hours and
Beat the gun.
After another few hours grinding up and over into the next catchment, the boys were ready to set up their tents again and see what they could find in this valley. It's always a bit of a toss-up when it comes to leaving the valley you're in to go into some new country. Do you stay and try and locate those last few stags that you haven't already seen, or do you go and hope that there's a big boy in the next valley? The way that the boys had planned out this trip was they were doing a big loop back around to the car park, so they didn't really have the option of staying in one spot for too long. This meant they were pushing hard to try and get back around, but also hunt as much of the ground as they could. Once they'd finished setting up the camp, they did manage to get a couple of hours glassing in, and spotted a few animals around the place. The best one that they could see that was within striking range was this stag here, but unfortunately the clouds started rolling in and they were forced to call it for the day and go after him the next morning. With a good target to go after the next day, the boys enjoyed a nice backcountry meal before going to bed early with hopes of finding him early the next morning. Thankfully, the fog had cleared by the next morning and it was a beautiful day to go in and see if they could locate him again. The boys set up in a good position to look down along the valley, and after a while they started to pick up some animals.
Right, glassing spot, and didn't take long. We picked up a nice stag. I think it's 11-pointer. Looks pretty decent. There's a couple of others roaring down lower too, so we're going to drop down, get into another good spot to glass from, and see what happens from there. He's probably worth taking, that one, but we'll see. See how we feel when we get a bit closer and have a real good look at him. Right, we've just dropped down on these stags that were roaring and spotted a few of them. One decent one was real close to us, but we're trying to decide if it was worth shooting or not. I think it might have only been a 10-pointer or something, but walked into the bush before we could get a real good look at it. Might do a roar and see if we can bring one of these stags out. I've seen quite a few stags, a couple chamois and stuff, so there's a lot of animals in the area. Just gotta find the right one to take. Do a roar right now and see what happens.
This stag was roaring hard, and he was just on the edge of the bush here, so the boys were sure it was just a matter of time before they spotted him and got a shot.
We just dropped down on that stag and gave him a few roars, and he roared back, so we dropped down a bit further, and he came. We were sort of in a bad spot where he could see us, and I think he came out and seen us, and then he stopped roaring, so we just sidled round the face, got some water, and heading straight back up to camp now. Probably take us an hour and a bit. Then we might pack up camp if all going well and head to the next valley. Boys are going full send on this trip, but we are covering a lot of distance, which is good. And yeah, a couple more days, so hopefully we can get Noah a big boy. Carry on. Packed up quickly. It's pretty breezy now, but we're gonna head along. There's a bit of a dodgy bit just up here. We're gonna have to drop round probably. Go around the scree and then up and then to the next valley, hopefully in a few hours. Find a good camp for tonight, hopefully have enough time for an afternoon hunt before it gets dark, but we'll see how we go. On we go. Pack's running. A little bit crook there, Rory. He's been pushing himself so hard he's getting blood noses. I don't know why that happened. Might just be the cold change. Yeah, temperature changes. Also could be the cold, you've got sickness.
The wind packed up our tent as well, didn't it?
Yeah, almost lost the tent.
Over the edge.
Well, we're just making our way up this massive hill. Wind's picked up a lot. We're hoping it's all good ahead. We've been there once and it was okay, but it's so windy today it's making it a bit more dangerous. Minnie's leaning into it.
Safely to camp, huh?
Yeah, we've got to try and make camp. Probably be quite late by the time we find somewhere, but it's all good. Keep pushing.
Gusts coming in, but it's the best setup we've had, I reckon. Yeah, it's meant to rain this afternoon, so we'll secured a good spot here. Settle it. Hopefully, if it rains, we can just jump in under the fly there. Good night's sleep on that thing, yeah. There's a gust. Actually smells good. Right, we been pissing around all day. It's been the cruisiest day we've had. The only real cruisy day we've had the whole trip, so it's been kind of nice. Set up a nice camp here. It's been windy as, so I've been glassing around the camp, but only seen a little spiker or something. And now we're going to go up the top and brave the wind because we want this Plunkett's our best chance to see something. Alright, we just dropped down from up the top into this, look in this valley, and
sat here for half an hour but haven't spotted anything, so the boys are gonna head back towards camp and hunt over that way because they don't like sitting in the cold, but I'm gonna sit here by myself for a while and see if I can spot anything. So just rugged right up. It's pretty cold, but sit here and see if anything comes out.
After a few more minutes glassing over to where there wasn't as much wind, Harry picked up a hind and he could hear a stag roaring somewhere nearby her.
That stag just popped out and he looks like quite a good one. I was just lining up to take the shot and then he moved away into some dead ground, so hopefully he comes back out. He should do. And hopefully he comes a bit closer because it's a bit windy. Hopefully I'll just get ready in case he comes back out. It's just down.
After not seeing the stag for about half an hour, Harry thought it might have got away, but then it popped out just below him down the valley. He looked like a really nice animal, but unfortunately the other two boys had taken the big camera, so all Harry had was the GoPro to film, and he lined up to get the shot.
Yes, he's down. He's down. Yes. He's down.
Would have been good if the boys were here and should have videoed it because it was pretty exciting, but it's the way it goes sometimes. And hopefully it was come out okay on the GoPro. Oh, it was just awesome. Thought he had got away for sure, and then just waited. You could still hear him roaring, but it sounded like he was getting further away, but he was just cutting across below me and I couldn't quite see him because of the angle. Then he popped out, so that was awesome. He was a bit closer too, about 250 meters, and just dropped him. He's real old. Thought I'd lost him for a second, but he's a bit lower than I thought. It's just here. Looks like a cracker. Oh yeah, he's an old boy. How many points he's got, but might be a big 9 or 10. Yeah, big 10 pointer. He's a nice one. He's old as. Another nice head. Pretty wrapped about that. Nice head. It's definitely got some age, Tom. It's quite skinny. It's got real thick antlers on it. Stoked with that. I'll drag him up for a photo. Mean. Here he is. I just dragged him into a better position. Beautiful head. Perfectly even 10 pointer. Old as. Such a nice even head. That's what we came for. I've passed up a few nice animals on the trip, hoping to find a real nice one, because we didn't really want to carry the antlers the whole way out because we've gone for a big trek. So we waited and left a few. So final evening here, and we're like, if we see anything old, we're going to shoot it. So that's what we want to get, and bloody wrapped with that. Beautiful 10 pointer. It's probably is my best head I've ever got, actually. Definitely would be. I've got a couple, but they're not even. That one's just beautifully even, so I'm stoked with that. Got them all by myself too. Would have been cool to share it with the boys, but it's all good. Beautiful. Gonna be heavy packs now. I'll get on with butchering them up and I'll head up the hill. It's about an hour to camp, so better get moving. Be back well after dark. Alright, just cut the stag up and all loaded up and straight up the hill now. It's quite a big way to the top. It'll take me 20 minutes to half an hour, and then it'll be that again back to the camp. So be interesting to see how the boys got on. Pretty stoked with how that turned out though. Bloody wrapped. Well, I'll see you back at camp. Hopefully the boys have had some luck too.
While Harry was lining up on his big stag, Noah and Minnie had spotted a couple of deer a long way off, and one of them looked like a really good stag, so they made a big push to try and get down there before dark. They had to cover a long distance in not a lot of time, and unfortunately when they did finally get down there, the deer was nowhere to be seen and they didn't have enough time to wait it out before it was dark. So they called it quits and headed back to camp to see what Harry had got up to.
Here comes Harry, it looks like he's got something.
Big boy. That's a 10. Oh, nice.
Wrapped with that.
Should have stayed with you.
You guys get anything?
We seen one come out, so we took off down there, but we couldn't see it once we got down there. It was a bit dark too.
It's a good one, eh?
It's a nice head, eh?
Massive.
So thick.
Yeah.
So, look at how thick it is down there. Nice.
Oh, big scene by myself.
How far was the shot? Really?
250.
No.
I seen it earlier and at 350, but I was like a bit worried I was going to miss, and then I ended up walking into behind this little bank, and then thought it had gone away, and then about half an hour later it came back out. It's at 250. Dropped him.
Nice. That's a good way to finish off the trip last night.
Yeah.
We were kind of teasing you for staying there, saying,
What an idiot.
what an idiot,
Why?
sitting in the wind, cold wind, and we left you.
Pretty obvious there's going to be a stag in there.
Yeah. You stuck at it and got the rewards.
There's pretty much a stag in every valley if you just wait. Oh. Need to get a water, even though I just drank 1 litre by
You need
myself.
some water too.
Got to save just a little bit.
I can just go down in the morning and get some.
Deep struggling off. Comes out.
Alright, here's the head I got last night. Now that's light and you can have a better look at it. Pretty awesome head, real old stag, so wrapped with that. It's going to be a bit of weight for Noel to carry out for me.
Why am I carrying that
I
one?
can carry this one.
You may as well carry this one, I'll carry the
Easiest,
lighter one.
yeah, pretty
Pretty
awesome
cool to
trip, and
Cool to get a stag like that right on the end.
yeah, it's kind of what we were hoping. It's kind of why we left other decent ones, because they were further away. Now we don't have to carry this one as far, so one each to carry out's enough, eh?
It's cool how it's real thick and wide.
Yeah,
Not super long, but still pretty long.
so thick though.
Down there,
Yeah.
I've never
Just
seen
gotta
anything
get
that
some
thick.
down. Cool if it was a big 12, but
Yeah.
got to be happy with any decent animal that you get. So wrapped about that.
Solo hunter on that
Got
one.
him solo. Would have been cool to get a nice video of him with the big camera, but just GoProing it. Put him down anyway.
The boys were absolutely stoked. They'd managed to get 3 nice stags. They were packing up pretty slow though, knowing that it was the end of the trip and it was back to work for Harry and Jared. Noah didn't manage to get a stag, but he had a trip lined up with myself and Dad over the coming weeks, so he wasn't too upset about it. With the Tatonka packs loaded up with antlers and meat, it was time to make their way back down the last 5 hours, down to the car park and off to Macca's. Big thanks to all of our sponsors that support us by providing us with a range of different gear to get the job done out on the hills. Having good quality gear makes the hunting experience that much more enjoyable, and we really appreciate the support. Finally, I'd just like to thank you guys for watching our videos, subscribing to our channel, and leaving us comments. We hope you enjoyed this episode and we look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, catch you later.